Viridian City Mart actually has good items for once. Because, even if you got that 8th badge, the Mart still contained, like, crappy items, in the older games because Viridian City was the 2nd city in the game, so they didn't want you to get really good items early on. Anyway, so this is where we have to go this time around. And we've been here before, except we couldn't do anything about it before. So here we are. Let's make our way right now. Someone! What? I finally caught up to you. I got an Earth Patch too. You did? How? I clearly got there first. Come on, dude. That means we can finally get into the Pokemon League. I heard the Elite Four are incredibly strong. There's no turning back now, right? You think you're ready too? Show me the Pokemon you've raised. Alright. Here we go. Round 6 of events. I believe that's round 6. I've already lost count. Especially since we don't fight our rival in Silph in this game. Anyway, Vince has 4 Pokemon, so a little bit of an upgrade compared to the last time that we battled him. This time he evolved his Pidgeotto, and now has a Pidgeot. It's a level 50, normal flying type, with Quick Attack, Air Slash, Sand Attack, and Roost. He started out with Sand Attack, so that's annoying. Okay, Rock's on level 63, that's great. Alright, next up is going to be Vileplume. I'm actually going to switch out here. I'm going to switch to Ash. Vileplume is on level 50. Grass Poison type with Petal Dance, Toxic, and Acid. So, Toxic is a move that you don't want to see because Toxic sucks. Petal Dance is also a move that's, well, semi-annoying. Because Petal Dance is, well, he'll just keep using Petal Dance for like 2 or 3 turns before he starts encountering Fatigue. And then Acid, you don't have much to worry about for Acid. Okay, next up is Raichu. Let's go for starter versus starter, because it'll be epic that way. Alright, so depending on your game, if you're playing Let's Go Eevee, he's gonna have a Raichu, level 51 Electric type with Thunder, Quick Attack, Thunder Punch, and Slam. If you're playing Let's Go Pikachu, he will have Jolteon, level 51 Electric type with Thunder, Quick Attack, Pin Missile, and Double Kick. Yep, Pin Missile's good. Double Kick is something you don't want to see. Thunder is also something you don't want to see. Well, at least for Jolteon. For Raichu, Thunder is something you don't want to see. That's the only thing that's the only thing you want to worry about. It's Thunder. Thankfully, though, Thunder is 70% accuracy. I mean, it does sound bad, but it's actually not that bad. So yeah. Okay. And finally, his 4th Pokemon is going to be Marowak, level 50, Ground type with Focus Energy, Boomerang, Thrash, and Swords Dance. Swords Dance. If you want to be careful when he sets up for Swords Dance. If he does set up for Swords Dance, you're probably in trouble because Swords Dance raises its attack and or special attack by a lot, 2 stages to be more exact. And then that's when he starts using powerful moves, and that would be good. He evolved the Cubone this time around to Marowak, so that Cubone that he raised is you know, it's all grown up now. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to know. You know, I've always felt like I needed to look after you ever since we were young, but I think you're the one who has more talent as a trainer. It's frustrating. I've never felt this way before. Is this what makes it fun to raise Pokemon? Whatever it is, I don't want to lose again. It's weird to even ask, but let me go on ahead first. But I beat you. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Whatever. Alright, well, before we head on to the Pokemon League, there's a few things that I am missing. So early on in the Let's Play, I started recording this game 5 days after the game came out. And at the time, The resources that I needed were not complete because the game was still new. And all the resources were all that I needed to look up in order to get all the information to produce this Let's Play have been incompleted. But as we record this now, all of our resources have been completed. So as of right now, we're gonna show off. I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of the missing Pokemon that I didn't get to show off due to incomplete resources. So over here in Viridian Forest, there's a couple of Pokemon that I did not get. It's highly unlikely that I will see them here. But the Pokemon that you can find, some Pokemon that I did not show in Viridian Forest are two Pokemon that are dependent on whichever game that you're playing. Although it is possible to get both Pokemon in both games. Anyway, in Let's Go Pikachu, you can find Butterfree, which is a 1% chance in Viridian Forest. Butterfree is the evolved form of Metapod, so it's not that hard to get a Butterfree in this game, if you're going to get it in Let's Go Eevee in my case, because all you have to do is just evolve, Caterpie, which evolves into a Metapod level 7, and then evolves into Butterfree at level 10. Butterfree is a really good bug and flying type. It learns Confusion right when it evolves, which makes it very monstrous. Is that an item next to you? Or no, that's your bag. Okay, never mind. Next up, if you're playing Let's Go Eevee instead, you'll find Beedrill. Beedrill, again, if you have a Weedle, then you can evolve Weedle into a Kakuna at level 7, and then it'll evolve into Beedrill at level 10. So Beedrill is not that hard to get. Again, Butterfree and Beedrill are not that hard to get in both games if you want to get them in both games, because all you have to do is evolve them at level 10. All you have to do is just raise Kakuna and Metapod at level 10, which is not hard to do at all. So again, it's unlikely that I'll be able to find one here, so I'm not gonna really waste time because they're both 1% chance in finding in here in Viridian Forest as a wild Pokemon. Out of the two, I'd recommend Butterfree more because Beedrill is an absolutely terrible Pokemon to use. Okay, so here in Route 3, the one Pokemon I did not get to go over, it makes sense that I couldn't go over this Pokemon because the one Pokemon that I never got to mention here in this route is only obtainable in Let's Go Pikachu. It is Mankey. Mankey can be found in this route only in Let's Go Pikachu. Your first fighting type that you could have gotten in this game. Mankey is definitely a really good fighting type to have for your first fighting type Pokemon that you can obtain in this game. It's a really good Pokemon to have. So if you need a fighting type Pokemon early on, then Mankey is something that I would recommend using. Alicia found something. Alicia found a raspberry. Whoa. Okay, so back over here on the left side of Cerulean City, you can get 3 Great Balls. I missed that. Okay, so past here to Nugget Bridge, we're gonna go sea skimming here. And when you sea skim over here, there's some pretty neat stuff that you could find. Well, there's some new Pokemon that you could find if you head out over here. Out over here, however, there's a cave up there. You probably don't want to know what's in this cave. That is only accessible to us after we beat the game. So we're not gonna worry about that at all. We're gonna worry about what's up here, however, and that is a PowerPoint Max. You can only get this just from surfing all the way up here. So that's pretty much it. And then there's some Pokemon that you can find here just from using Sea Skim, so hopefully you can find some. Okay, so in this route, near Bill's house, or also Nugget Bridge, a Pokemon that you can find here just from using Sea Skim near Bill's house is Poliwag, Tadpole Pokemon. Really fast, water-type Pokemon, unfortunately not really that amazing. until you can evolve it into its evolutionary form, Poliwhirl, and then through a Water Stone, you can evolve into Poliwrath, and Poliwrath is great. Here's a Poliwhirl. Okay, so like I said, you can. Poliwag can evolve into Poliwhirl, and Poliwhirl is a little bit better than Poliwag, obviously, because it's the evolved form, so it has to be better. And then, of course, when he evolves into Poliwrath via a Water Stone, then it'll become a water fighting type. So again, fighting types are pretty good in this game. So if you have an opportunity to get a fighting Pokemon, then that's great. Poliwrath learns some really amazing moves after evolution. Okay, the next Pokemon that you can find in, okay, so from using C-Skim here in Route 6, which is the S route, or yeah, what I like to call the S route, which is north of Vermilion City, you can find, one Pokemon you can find by using C-Skim on up here is, Goldeen. I don't really know what's special about Goldeen in this game, or at least maybe in any game really, because I've never really used Goldeen. All I know is that in Super Smash Bros. In the Super Smash Bros. Series, if you happen to get a Goldeen in any Smash Bros. Game, then you're in trouble because all Goldeen knows in that game is Splash. Goldeen's a little bit more. Goldeen's a lot more useful in this game because Goldeen does not know Splash at all. So I don't know why they gave Splash to Goldeen in Smash Bros. Series, but yeah. All right, does not look like I'll be able to find it because I've been waiting for 3 minutes, but the other Pokemon they could find just from using C-Skim on this spot of water is Seeking, the evolved form of Goldeen. And Seeking is a monster, at least anytime that I face Seeking from any trainer that I fight in Pokemon games, because Seeking has a tendency to use Horn Drill, and somehow Horn Drill just always land. I don't know why, and I feel like that's kind of rigged. But, that's another Pokemon they could find here. Alright, next route. Okay, so if you see Skim near the route of Diglett's Cave, which is Route 11, also to the right of Vermilion City, you can find Seadra, which is the evolved form of Horsey, which you can also find. Seadra, well, the Horsey family is amazing Pokemon to use. So Horsey, of course, starts off as just a pure water type. Then evolves into Seadra, which gets better. And then if you can evolve it again into a Kingdra, then not only it's amazing, but it gets a secondary type, Dragon type, which is Dragon types are you don't get very many Dragon types in this game, Kingdra. I actually think now that I think about it, I think Kingdra is a Gen 2 Pokemon. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Kingdra is Generation 2. Otherwise, Kingdra is amazing to have. So here's Horsey. Again, another Pokemon that you can find just using C-Skim here in this route. You juked me. I just got debated there. Oh, same with that right there. Man. Oh my gosh, really? Please. You'll be a good guy and stay in my Pokeball. Well, more like Premier Ball, because I ran out of Pokeballs. Oh, man. You're being a jerk. But yeah, Horsey is another Pokemon they could find here. I was a little bit surprised that I found Seadra first. Okay, so the horsey ran away from me. Oh well, I'm going to catch it again later. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. And next time, there's not really anything else for us to do, so it is time for us to take on the Pokemon League Challenge. Well, we gotta actually go there first. So that is what we're going to do in the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.